Hey Bird Brain gamers, welcome to the Bird Brain coin series. On today's episode, I'll be going over the $2 bill. I have $76 worth that I found in the banks in my area. I'll be going over them, giving you a little history on it, and giving you some tips on serial numbers and errors to search for. So let's get rolling. So the first $2 notes were first issued by the government in 1862 and featured a portrait of Secretary of Treasury Alexander Hamilton from 1789 to 1795. In 1869, they started printing Thomas Jefferson's portrait on the $2 notes, and it's been on ever since. So it's not really hard, and it's not that rare to acquire a $2 bill. If you do want one, just for yourself to have, you could go to any bank and just go to different banks besides your main one. Check different banks and just ask the teller if they have a $2 bill available, and they usually will carry them. There's a big perception on the $2 bill that it's good and bad luck. I've heard if you carry one in your wallet or purse, that it does bring you some good fortune, while at the same time spending one can bring you a little bad luck. They're just not that hard to find. I mean, you won't really find them in stores. You know, if you ask, you probably won't get it. So your best chance is just to go to the bank, and you will have a more significant chance to find one. Since the beginning of the $2 bill, there have been several types. There are legal tender notes, national bank notes, silver certificate notes, treasury or coin notes, and Federal Reserve bank notes. They will have different colors. They have blue or red ink instead of like this green here. They'll have different colors. So the Federal Reserve has 12 banks, and each bank has a letter and number combination associated with it. They're known as identifiers, which are the letters are right here on the left. Each note will have different letters, and I'll give you the rundown of the 12 places where they're printed. If it has a letter A, it's Boston. If it has letter B, it's New York. Letter C, Philadelphia. D, Cleveland. E, Richmond. F, Atlanta. G, Chicago. H, St. Louis. I, Minneapolis. J, Kansas City. K, Dallas. And L, San Francisco. Now, if you have, those are for $1 and $2 bills, but if you have $5 bills and up, the identifier appears separately from the serial number. This usually will appear next to the series year letter before the actual number. So, if you see the series for $5 and up, it'll be in different places. So just keep your eye peeled on that. So the silver certificates were issued between 1878 and 1964. They had different colors on it. They had gold certificates that were between 1863 and 1933. Confederate issues during the Civil War from 1861 to 1865. They may have different denominations. And the Federal Reserve notes, the more common ones, between 1914 and present. Usually collectors are looking for different types of serial numbers, which are these numbers right up here, the 8-digit ones. There's usually 2 copies of them. What you want to keep your eye out for in terms of errors, look at the letter, like see the letter B here and the letter A here. They should always have it on both sides of the bill, and the number should always be the same. If one letter or one number is off from either side of each other, that will raise the value of the bill quite a lot of money. And also look for double stamping when they were printed. You may get like this row of green with another stamp above it, and it'll look like it's a little glitchy. So just keep an eye out for any odd appearing stamp or print. That'll raise the value of your currency, regardless of $2, $1, all the way up to 100 or so. Keep an eye out for that. So there's 15 types of serial numbers that you want to look for that can actually raise the value of any of your denominations of currency. So you could look for low serial numbers. For example, if all of these were a 0 and the last digit was a 1, between 1 through 9 and the rest being 0 would raise the value of this a lot. So basically, the more zeros you have starting from the left, they would raise the value. That's for low serial. High serial numbers, it works the same way. If these were all 9s, that would raise the value quite a lot. The more 9s you have, the better as well. There's also flippers. Flipper is a term where the number can be read right side up or upside down. For example, if these were 9s and 6s and 0s, and if you read it upside down and it still read 9s, 6s, and 0s, that would raise the value a lot, regardless of combination. But if you have, say, 000-999-66 or any, like if the numbers are paired or tripled with each other, that will also raise the value on top of that. So value does stack up based on types. There's also star notes. At the end of each number, they're usually a star. So after this letter A, for example, if there was a star here, that would be known as a star note. What are star notes? They're usually notes that were replacements because the original bill had a printing error. So when they printed in their sheets and it had an error, they had to be discarded. And a reprint had to be done of that page. So they added a star, and then they usually would keep a record of that error where they were being printed. There's also repeaters and super repeaters, such as they're just basically blocks of repeating digits. So if you had a 275, 27527 or 012, 012, 01, if it has a repeating, that's, you know, one of those repeaters. There's 2-digit ones and there's 3-digit ones. So if you had like a 23232323, that's a repeater or a super repeater. They're worth some money actually. Solids and near solids. If you had all of the same number, if all of these were number 3 or all of these were number 4, that's a solid. A near solid is if you had like 00000100, That's a near solid. That means it's all of the same number except one number that's different. Those could be worth some money as well. Binary bills have serial numbers with only two numbers. So it's pretty much like a repeater. If it's like 1 2 1 2 1 2 and so on, or any combination with only two different digits, those are pretty good. And there's trinaries as well. It works the same way as the binaries, kind of like the repeaters. If you had but instead of repeating in a pattern, it could be any combination as long as three of the same number. So 0 1 2 2 2 0 1 2 or whatever, so on and so on. It doesn't matter as long as there's only three of that number. Ladders. Ladder notes, for example, would be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, or 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1, or whatever. If it goes ascending or descending the number, those are known as ladders. Those can have some good value as well. Birthdays. Some collectors want notes with a specific year or date on the serial number. For example, if you had 02162006, that might be somebody's birthday, born in February 16th, 2006, or whatever your birthday is. Those would be really collectible. Radars and super radars. That's numbers, serial numbers that could be read backwards and forwards the same, like a palindrome. For example, if this was a 06288260, if you read it backwards, it would be the same number, or 1234 4321. If you read it forward and backward, it would be the same way. Those are radars and super radars. Consecutives. When you have two or more notes, separate notes with consecutive serial numbers, and if they have, like, these two right here are actually consecutives. B24210199 and 98. These are consecutives. Now if they had patterns or binaries, that would raise the value a lot. If it was like all zeros and 1 2 3, all zeros and 1 2 4, or 2 3 2 3 2 3 2 4 and 2 3 2 3 2 3, whatever. So you get the idea. That could raise the value a lot more. Doubles. When you find a doubled note, occurs when a serial number includes pairs of numbers such as 244, 59387, or so on. So it basically right here, this is a double note because it has two nines. Or if it had, but it could be anywhere, two sixes or two zeros or so on. Double quads. It's the same, but you're gonna have four of the same number and then four of a same of a different number. So if these were all sevens, like 7777, and then 5555, those are double quads. Bookends. When the serial number has the same or 2-3 digits on both ends, it's called a bookend. Three number bookends, such as, for example, a 36584 and then a 365, are more valuable than 2-digit bookends, such as 368-29636. So if this note started with a 2-4 and ended with a 2-4, that would be a bookend. Okay, so those are the 15 types. So let's get started and see what we have. If you want to have a little fun with your banknotes, check out this website. It's at My Currency Collection. Just type in Google fancy serial number checker. And when you're on the site, you type in the serial number of your note. And it'll tell you if it's not the value, but like your chances of it being sought after. So let's try it on here. Okay, so it's almost cool. If it was more of a repeater or any of those other ones, if it had a lot of the same number, it'd be a higher level. And it tells you which fancy serial numbers are valuable. So what makes this serial number special? Well, there you go. So you could type any serial number from any note. $1, $5, $10, $20, $50, $100, whatever suits you best. This is just a little fun. And it actually may help you in deciding what you want to keep or sell. Alright, so let's see what we have. So typically when you're looking through your notes, you want to look for any digit that's different or even off-centered print. If this letter A was much higher or like half cut off or anything else, that would be a slight misprint that could raise the value as well. You always want to look for anything that looks off when you're going through these. So I have consecutives here, right? These two are consecutive bills. It's really common to get consecutives if you're getting a stack of currency from the bank. Usually you will get consecutives. So me, I'm looking for letter L's printed in saffron, and the letter B's, there's plenty here. I may just also the series year. This is 2017. If you want to hold on to older, this 2009s and this earlier ones. So you can always keep an eye out for those. Just gonna go through these a little fast, see if I see anything important. I'll be right back. Alright, so I sorted my notes from their identifiers, meaning the states that they were printed in. A vast majority of them are from New York. They have letter B. And I have quite a lot of them here. I have 2 letter F's, which were from Atlanta, Georgia. 1 letter A from Boston, Massachusetts. This is the series 2009. From what I've seen, this is the earliest year I have from all of these. I'll probably keep that one. I have 1 letter G from Chicago, Illinois. 1 letter L, as I said, from San Francisco. I'm going to keep that one. And a couple of letter I's from Minnesota, Minneapolis. I have I have consecutives here, and I have a 3-digit. So I have I03999 248A 03999 249. So these are consecutives, and it's got a triple. So what I could do is I could check the fancy serial number check just to see anything about it. Alright, so it gives a almost cool rating. 1 triple together. So it'll give you some details about that note, and like I said before, it'll help you decide if you want to keep it or just trade it back in. I mostly have these New York printed ones here, so I'm going to check these. I'll be right back. I'm going to try and put these in order by number. Alright, so after sorting these out, I was digging through the serial numbers. I was focused more on the B stack here because there's more of them. This was the only one that sort of caught my eye. I might keep it because of the pattern. It's not too special though. You got 2 pairs here. Nothing really caught my eye. I don't have any in my personal collection, and I'll just return the rest. But if you have comments on any of these serial numbers. Just leave it down below. I'm not seeing anything really catching my eye from all of these. Yeah, so I mean, if you see a serial number that caught your eye or interests you, or any comment of it, just leave it down below. I'm gonna hang on to these bills for a few more days, and then I'll return them to the bank. Nope. Yeah, I didn't get a good stack of twos. Nothing really worth keeping. I checked for errors already. I mean, from what I've seen, there are none, at least on these. If you want to see the serial numbers more closely, you can always pause it when you want to. If you see any like birthday years, like anything that has from the 1990s, 80s, or 70s, or the early 2000s, anything that's like a birthday note, you could always keep that. Somebody might want it. I'm not seeing anything. So, let's see. For these, no, nothing. I'm not seeing anything special on these. Nope. But what I'll do is, yeah, like I said, I'm just gonna keep probably maybe 3 notes. I'll just pick the ones I like. I'm definitely gonna keep this 2009 note because this is the earliest one I have. Most of these are 2013s and 2017s. Yeah. I got series 2013 and series 2017s. I'm just gonna sort through these and just take the rest to the bank and probably get something else. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to be doing a nickels video as well. I have already $40 in nickels that I'm gonna go over. That'll be a lot more fun. So like I said before, the $2 bill is an interesting bill. A lot of people in the food industry like these as tips. So if you get yourself a stack of them and you go out to eat, or you just want to tip somebody, just leave a couple of 2s and they'll actually love it. Because it's a lot of people haven't physically held or seen $2 bills before. My kids literally just held these for the first time last night, and they were a little impressed on it because they had never seen it up close or got to touch it or even smell it, let alone, because it has that real money smell. Even though some people believe it's fake or counterfeit, these are actually real legit bills that you could spend. They are legal tender after all. So you can always go to any bank, search several banks. If you want a $2 bill of your own to keep, or look through, or collect, it would work the same way as getting any other note, with $1, 20, so on. So hope you guys enjoyed this video on the $2 bills. If you haven't already, leave a like, a comment, hit that bell notification icon for more Bird Brain Gaming content. And I'll see you all next time. Later, everyone.